Hey guys, Gathering the Magic back again with some more SplinterForge content. This is the common hero, and I've just now managed to get enough Forgium that I'm going to buy my second item. So I'm going to go on Splex, and I'm adding another Faded Emerald. So I have just enough Forge, and that's going to give me another 4 stat points for my hero. So now for the 20 stat points that I need to get full earnings, I will be up to 18 now. So it says I bought the card, used pretty much all my forge. So what I need to do now is I need to go to my cards, and I need to add another socket to a piece of equipment. Now this has to be a piece of equipment that I'm going to use for all my characters, so it has to be an armor piece. I've already added one socket to my hauberk. So with the other 3, I really don't think it matters a whole lot, but let's go ahead and just do gauntlets. So I'm going to need to put another socket in. So I'm going to add a socket. And then to make sure that I get the socket, it costs 300 electrum. So let's go ahead and do that, just so that I have a guaranteed socket. And then let's imbue the other Faded Emerald. Okay, so now we have 2 emeralds. We make sure that it is equipped. Yep, so now you can see my armor is up to 11. A little bit of overkill. The most you can have for the bronze boss is 10, but this does count for stat points. So as now you can see I have 2, 4, 15, 18 total points. And those will be for all of my characters. Once again, 2, 4, 18. And then with the ranger. So we now have 18 stat points. So we'll be able to get the 94 earnings. The problem with this is I'm coming up against the one boss that is really a problem for this character that's basically brand new, and that is Scattershot. Scattershot really hurts against most builds in SplinterForge, because usually what people do is they will have a tank with taunt to draw all the fire from the boss. They'll try to keep the tank alive as long as they can, and meanwhile their hero will be pretty much maxed out and doing most of the damage. Well, with Scattershot, really the only way around that is to use Kitty. So, or not Kitty, Lily. So if you use Lily, that camouflage comes into play where it basically negates the Scattershot. So then the boss is forced to attack whoever you have first in your lineup. I'm out of stamina now, but it's going to be slow going for this boss. So hopefully this boss doesn't last too long and we can get on to the next one. Just to kind of show you the notes. So far, coming up on 2 weeks. So this is day 13. This is how much forge I've earned every day. This is the electrum that I have. The boss, the first 3 bosses I fought had return fire. The last one had, or the previous one before this one had shield, then return fire. That one died within like a day and a half or so. And now for the 13th day, we've got the boss with Scattershot. I used the same summoners all the way through up until today. I was using Ilthane and Kelia, so I could do a life water combo. Now we're going to go with Lily and Kelia just to try to offset a little bit of that Scattershot. So now I'm going to have to update. I spent 13, I think it was 47 forge, and that was for the Faded Emerald. So that gave me another +4 to my stats. So we're getting better there as far as earnings go. The last boss, before the Scattershot boss, died earlier this morning. I managed to get 150th on the leaderboard. So I just barely snuck into the bottom of the leaderboard and earned 450 forge. A couple days ago, I did really good against the boss. I was really kind of stunned that on the 10th day of this character, I was able to sneak in, and I think I was somewhere around 118 or 120th. The reason I got 933 forge is because that boss had shield, and the longer the boss goes, the more that the forge builds up, because you accrue forge every hour that the boss is alive. So let me go back and show you that. So right now, the reward, it shows you where it starts, and it increases by almost 6,000 forge every hour that the boss is alive. Currently, I'm just missing out on the leaderboard. Hopefully with the 90% earning instead of 70%, I'll be able to sneak in to the bottom of the leaderboards for this battle as well. Some other big SplinterForge news. On the Discord yesterday, I was just kind of throwing out there that I was curious to see what kind of skills the heroes would get. They're talking about adding hero skills to the game. So Blue Goose responded and he goes, here's a heads up for all you people waiting for hero skills. You will need hero levels to get points to buy skills. So the way that you level your hero is through experience points, and you get experience points by battling the boss. You do not get experience points on the leaderboard once the boss dies. The only thing you get from the leaderboard is Forgium. So it's just through your daily battles is the only way so far that you get experience points. You will then use those to level your hero, and you'll be able to get a skill. Now, once you have that skill, the only way to level it up is with Electrum. And once again, currently in the game, the only way to get Electrum, like experience, is doing your daily fights on SplinterForge. You do not receive any kind of an Electrum bonus for killing the boss. This is only through battling. So when they eventually come out with Adventure Mode, it says here, Adventure Mode will reward Electrum, but it's going to cost you Forge to play Adventure Mode, and that Forge will be burned. So this is going to be a good sync to start burning a lot of the excess Forge that's out there. One of the reasons why the Forgium price is so low, right now it's either 18 or 19 cents per thousand, is because there's not a lot of Forgium sinks in the game, and they're giving out, Forge pretty much on a daily basis for boss kills. So usually bosses last 2 or 3 days, but then again, they're also giving out Forge with each battle. So this is going to be a nice way to absorb a lot of that Forgium. One of the skills he teased too, which was kind of nice, is there's going to be a skill called Advanced Training, which basically will give you an increased experience gain by X. Now X, I'm assuming, is going to be the level of your hero, or the level of your Advanced Training skill. So if you have this skill at level 1, you're going to get an extra 1% experience per battle. You get this to 5%, and so on. So this is going to be one of the nice skills that you're going to need for your hero. So this is why I've been saying a lot in my previous SplinterForge videos that what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to play every day. Don't let your stamina max out. Make sure you're always playing. Make sure that you're always accruing as much experience points as you can. Plus, you're also going to want to accumulate as much Electrum as you can, because Electrum is going to be what's used for leveling your skills. So you basically want to get as much experience in Electrum as you can. Basically, the only way to do that is just keep playing every day. So what I am planning on doing, at least for the short term, is on my characters. Let me go over to my main account. Is I am going to basically hold on to as much Forge as I can. Of course, with Trumbull, all of the Forge that I earn is going right back into the game to get gear and improve my character. On my main account, basically what I'm going to do with my Forge is I'm going to probably buy some crates, bags, reinvest into the game, and then also save some of this for Adventure Mode. Because I'm not sure exactly, and they haven't given any details, how much Forge you're going to need to play Adventure Mode. But I'm going to assume it's going to be at least, a multiple of 1,000, 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, something like that. It might be one of those things too where you have Adventure Mode against like a bronze boss, so it won't cost as much. If there's an Adventure Mode against the gold or diamond boss, it may cost a lot more. So might be a good time if you are playing SplinterForge to at least put some of your Forge aside and just save it until this update goes live. That way, when it does go live, you're going to have some Forge in your account, and you can use that and play Adventure Mode right away. So just a couple updates for you guys. Wanted to keep you in the loop of what's going on. Like I said, I'm still enjoying SplinterForge. I'm really enjoying it now that they've reduced the timers. In case you guys didn't know, I think I mentioned this in a previous video, the timer has gone from 30 seconds to 15. So if you're going to fight a boss, you can go ahead and battle, pick your team. Also, there is the battle times 2 button. So if you want to use twice the stamina, so you can use 60 stamina instead of 30, it will basically count as 2 fights rolled together. The nice thing with this is if you get a favorable rule set, you're going to want to do the times 2 just to save you a little bit of reroll costs. So go ahead and pick a couple summoners, do a quick battle. This one has Scattershot, which I said is kind of a pain, but I have Lily. So let's go ahead, let's go with Heartclaw. Always try to do the Halfling Alchemist. I always try to do a slow, especially since this boss has 7 speed. Repair. What else should we do? Some more magic damage. And let's actually do, I don't have a heal, so let's do another heal just to see what we get for this battle. So do a quick fight, 573, not too bad. Maxed out Forgium for what I have for bronze, plus with my gear, I'm getting 18.7 instead of 12.5. And as you can see, I've got 19 electrum. So this is, like I said, the only way to get electrum is through these fights. You will not get electrum on the leaderboard. The only thing that you'll get on the leaderboard once the boss dies is Forge. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, love the game. I'm excited to see that there are updates coming. Didn't really give a time frame as to how soon before we get adventure mode, but I shouldn't think it'll be too far in the future. They definitely will give you a heads up if you are part of their Discord as to when this goes to the test server. So you can go to the test server and try it out and kind of get a heads up on how much experience you're going to need to level your hero, how much electrum you need. It'll be nice to be on the test server so you can kind of plan for that. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed it. And if there are any questions or comments you have about SplinterForge, please let me know in the comments, and I will try to get back to those as soon as I can. Until then, remember, keep on forging.